Hey, what's up? This is Levi Wilson with...
It's your boy Fresh.
Your boy Fresh. I love it. So, we are here with Planeswalking Through Time, and we're going to give you an introduction of what Planeswalking Through Time actually is. So, our boy Fresh came up with this brilliant idea, so we're going to have him explain it. So, what is it?
So, we were talking about playing with older cards and how, even throughout our Magic playing days, you play with the big ones, the Soul Rings, the Moxes on like vintage cubes and things like that. But you don't ever get to play with, the old creatures. And so I had this idea of kind of creating, it was originally going to be like a sealed event in which we all like kind of just made generic alpha packs and then I'll crack them open. And then, that idea kind of developed. And then it was like, well, what if we kept adding to that sealed pool?
Right.
Every week, go on to the next set and sort of planeswalk through time.
Planeswalking Through Time. I love it.
It was sort of, stemming from that, I think the original idea behind Magic where you are, cracking packs with your buddies, sitting down at the kitchen table, just playing Magic. None of the, deck lists and... I cut out all that jazz, all the hyper competitiveness, the day twos, and just get back to good old simple Magic.
You don't want to deck tech, or you don't want to, find your deck.
That's right,
find your list online. All right, so that's an overview of it. How are we going to do it? What are the mechanics of what is the packs?
Well, obviously, we're not rich. So, step one was to find a pack generator that we could generate these packs without having, I don't even know if you could buy 12 packs of alpha.
Oh, that's good. We'll look it up. That'll be fun to see how much that costs, right? Well, you mentioned 12 packs. So first thing we're starting out with, we're going to get 6 packs each,
right,
just like a normal sealed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we're doing 6 packs of alpha.
That's right.
And then after that, the next set.
Right, now the next set happens to be a small set, which is either Antiquities or Arabian Nights. My timeline's a little messed up.
I know, I always forget, mix it up.
So we decided to take those two and do 3 packs each, just so they wouldn't have a ton of duplicate cards.
Yeah.
You still get that variety. I think one of them had like 70-something cards in it, really, really small. Right. So,
but we're experiencing Magic as it was printed.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, literally from the very beginning. Then we did skip beta and revised. They're basically just the same cards. I think there's a couple differences in there.
Although I kind of wanted to argue against that because I wanted more options to be able to get more power.
Yeah, more chances
and more duels.
Power 9.
Yeah. But no, it's cool. I like our process.
Yeah.
And then basically we're gonna do this all the way up until
current. Yeah,
until current. So.
How long it takes us, new sets will continue to come out every quarter like they do. Yeah. We'll probably skip some of the, like the unsets and some of the
that's a good question.
Like some of like the heavy focus on Commander.
I don't know. It is Planeswalking Through Time. So experiencing that, we'll discuss it when we get to it. Right? That's.
I think some of those uncards are exceptionally broken. Yeah. Isn't there like a Blacker Lotus?
Yeah.
There's some crazy...
There's a bunch of weird stuff. Though the question is, I don't know, it'd be interesting to see how they fit with the other cards, though.
Yeah.
Because normally you would, like when they came out, you would just draft it that set.
Right.
But, yeah, we probably won't do it, but we'll discuss it when we get to it.
We can maybe do a trial run and then remove that from the pool and, move forward. Yeah. I think there's some, it's like you gotta balance stuff on your head, like balance a card on your head, and that would be a little tough to get on camera.
We just gotta get more angles, more cameras coming in. Huge level of production. So, alright, cool. I think, so just to recap, 6 packs of each set, but when they're smaller sets...
mtgen.net is where we did it if you want to play along at home.
Oh, good idea. Is that
That's right.
Call out to that website? Do you own that website? But just to recap, so each set basically is sealed. We're going to do 6 packs. Mm-hmm. If they're smaller sets, we'll do 2 sets together, 3 packs each. Currently, we're going to combine them. That's our complete card pool, and then we'll see if we're going to do a State of the Union video on addressing all these extra cards. So.
Right. Yeah. So we figured about every 5 sets or so we get together, because I mean, one thing about sealed is it's random. You know, the packs are randomly generated. Did we get balanced? Is there something working? Is there something not working? Do we want to switch to a 60 card format? Do we want to switch to multiple decks? You know, so on and so forth. Just as we go, we want to play with the old school cards.
Yeah, just experience that.
Or we want to see the progressions of the deck. You know, if you're starting off in a, a blue-white control deck, and then eventually you just keep opening red and black aggro cards, and it, transforms into that. You'll be able to see those ebbs and flows of deck building.
See how many lightning bolts you open up, or how many sinkholes you open up. Right? It'll be an interesting find. But before we go, first question for you is, because like I started playing, my first pack that I ever opened was actually Ice Age, but that was like the real time I got in was during Stronghold, Exodus, Tempest, or I may be getting those out of order. But that was like my first cycle.
Right.
Do you remember when you got into it?
So my very first set was Rise of the Eldrazi.
Okay. So here's the little baby then. Huh? That's probably like a 20-year-old set.
Really weird set to get into, because you got these like giant interdimensional monsters, which is not.
Although
there's no goblins, there's no elves.
That is fun though. Just like big creatures that you turn sideways. But
my first deck was Ramp, so
that's good to know, because it's like, we're really going to be experiencing Magic that we've never experienced it. So
that is one thing. Please be patient. We're probably going to have some errors. These will be the first time we'll see
piloting error. No, it's a complicated game, especially with all the cards are worded weird.
Yes. Yeah, they didn't have the keywords back in the day, so they had to spell it out of what they did. But I think it'll be interesting to see not only the evolution of the decks, but the evolution of Magic. You know, where life gain didn't exist in alpha, but they had cards with life gain.
Oh, really? Or the ability says, okay, that's
where
interesting.
you deal damage, gain that much life, but so seeing how those,
just seeing how the weird wording of it, and then before really like the understanding of Magic mechanics now, just like the value of drawing a card.
Right.
Ancestral Recall. Oh, that's the same cycle of gaining 3 lives. So clearly one's much better. But as a first aid, didn't quite know.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it is instant speed life gain.
Yeah.
So. Or can prevent damage.
Yeah.
So.
Busted. So, all right, cool. I think that was a very short introduction,
That's
right? It was short.
That's right.
And, all right, cool. I'm excited. Let's get it going.
Yeah. See you guys then. Bye-bye.